At first, let's not. And when we, well, no, let's not. Let's just kind of fake it. Are you going to be able to run this as far as tell people where to go and stuff? Okay.
Does this mean I can't pee?
You can pee. Go pee real quick. Joe. Yes.
Since when we're talking in this group, and I'm a clear space for you, is that true? That you're able to look over at me and usually clear and just. Is that true or am I imagining?
I do get a sense of empowerment from you. Yeah.
Okay, because I was getting the same feeling. Okay.
Good. Thank you.
All right. You're welcome.
Well, good.
It's a couple the times I've done shows like Hot Out Baltimore, I can name them. And there have been points when I totally disappeared. I have no recollection of what I did in the show. That's the most exciting feeling. And I know that can come out of this. I've done it here before.
Yeah, I used to get so into characters sometimes that I would have to ask people what happened. Did we do this scene?
Yeah.
I've had that experience and it's real good, real interesting. And it's funny that along with it wasn't an experience of being out of control because I know whenever I'd be having anything go wrong, I could pop in and handle it.
Yeah.
It's like a different thing from being out of. We're talking about this. We've had experiences on stage where we've gotten so into it. Like I've gotten so into it where I couldn't remember having done it.
No recollection of being there. Just all of a sudden, here I'm off stage again, and my part is done.
And I'd go something like, "Did we do this scene? What did we do?" And it wasn't a sense of being out of control because I know when I've had that experience, if something happened, I could handle it. It wasn't like I was totally.
It's kind of an ecstasy trip.
Yeah.
It's where you're just like so high, so high, like runners experience.
Yeah.
Things like that.
I
do
wind,
that.
Yeah.
Not second wind, but the high. Like sometimes I can run out through the canyon, and just run, and not remember running it.
Yeah.
Not. Sometimes I can remember every foot, and then sometimes I can go past 2 blocks and not remember a thing I saw.
I would think that would have something to do with totally experiencing, because when you experience something.
Yeah, you go beyond.
Yeah.
Doing what you're doing, you're just there.
Yeah, and like you remember from the training, if you experience something, it disappears. So that might be something like that. Like you're so there that it just disappears.
Yeah, the mind has given up.
I really want to work for that. I really thought about this. I mean, I tossed and turned last night. I got up in the middle of the night, got a drink of water, sat down in the middle of my floor with the lights off, and I was just really getting into trying to get in touch with what was going on.
There was a point in the show I did.
Go there.
There was a point in the show I did, Hot Out Baltimore. I didn't sleep for 6 days. I could not sleep. I was so hyped about the character, and I was working towards what you're talking about. And at the end of that 6 days of no sleep, I found out there wasn't anything to do. It was just going out there and giving up, having to put this here because the character was so full and so real. He was a separate entity. I would step into him, and we would be.
And just fall into a rhythm.
Not necessarily that. It wasn't anything to do. I would just follow through, and this was real life. I mean, the characters were there, and the whole thing. It's just like I'm talking to you now. I don't know what I'm going to say next. That's what is available, and it's going to come out perfect. I mean, it's a bizarre feeling because if I started to think about it, I think I'm out of control. But it's nothing like that. It's just the freedom to let the character be who he is, or she be she. It's really an incredible feeling.
I know these run-throughs, if we get to run-throughs today, it's going to be really powerful.